You finally decided to change certain habitual patterns. You decided to improve your lifestyle. And guess what? Every single time that you try a new change, if you want to implement a new habit, let's say you want to get up earlier because you want to get more work done. Now you lack self-discipline. Procrastination kicks in. Your inner chatter tells you that you should aim for happiness now, for instant gratification. It keeps you in your bed, it makes you snooze, it makes you postpone the things that you actually, the evening before, told yourself you were going to do. What happened? Why is this such a different person that we see right now as the person that made this amazing plan for you, full of change, full of healthier and happier decision-making processes? Where did you go? This is exactly where self-discipline comes in. You have to develop the skill of self-discipline. In order for you to be successful in your habit transformation, in order for you to be successful in anything else in life, you need to make sure that your emotions, your current feelings and instant gratification are not taking the overhand. Your inner chatter, your inner voice, the one that always keeps you in your comfort zone, cannot be in control. You need to be in control, and I'm going to teach you how to do this. My name is Sjoerd. Today we're going to talk about how to create more self-discipline, how to kick procrastination to the curb, and a great homework assignment. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for spending some time with me. Whether you want to be your first time, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope that you click the subscribe button and make sure that we stay connected for all your personal wellness in order for you to create something in the future. So let's call it a long-term goal. You need to make sure that your short-term gratification need to be postponed. This is exactly what self-discipline does. It tells you and it shows you and it makes you decide that you are choosing the long-term goals, not the instant gratification. So let's start with the basics. A lot of people think that self-discipline is just pushing yourself into doing things you don't want to do. It is part of it, but it's much more than this. Self-discipline means that you're able to control your emotions, your impulses, and your feelings. It is part of your emotional intelligence. The ability to stay focused on your long-term goals. Self-discipline is the bridge between what do I want and what do I want to achieve. We all have our emotions, our impulses, and all of our feelings. If you are a master procrastinator, somebody that's really good at postponing things or pushing things aside, that means you've created this habitual pattern inside yourself. You have created this by doing it over and over and over again. The strongest habitual pattern that you have is now procrastination. If you want to get rid of this, you have to create a new habit. So when your emotions, when your feelings, when your behaviors tell you that you should push something aside, you're listening to your inner chatter. Choose what it is that you want. Do you want to be happy right now and postpone your future? Or do you say, you know what, I'll push through today and I'm aiming for my long-term goal? It's about the habitual patterns that you're trying to create. You want to get rid of old patterns and create new patterns. Last week's podcast, the previous episode, that was all about how to create and how to change your habitual patterns. You can't change a pattern because it's a neural path. It goes from A to B. The only thing you can do is create a new habit that is growing stronger than the old habit. So you can't really change your habits. You can change your habitual patterns, but the connection in your brain, you got to make a completely new one. So in order for me to keep going to the gym, to keep the motivation high, to keep consistency into my skill set, to keep the consistency high in my weekly schedule, I needed to make sure I understood why I was doing this. So I started looking for moments that I allow myself to maybe be a little bit weaker, to maybe give up. I just told myself, at least go to the gym. You have to show up, you have to be there. Just to make sure that I'm in the habit and my body and my brain understands that this becomes part of my daily routine. I've never given up on the gym. As a matter of fact, I still go every single day. I'm a very active guy, I'm a very sporty guy, and I love it. I've created this habit over many, many years. Have I gone every single time I promised myself? No. I've allowed myself to make those small mistakes, being focused on the long-term goal. So making sure that if I miss one, Let's say I missed this morning, tomorrow I'm gonna go for sure. Just to make sure that I'm not creating a habit inside my pattern that allows me to quit, to give up. Because the more you practice quitting, the more you practice giving up on things, the better you get at it. So the self-discipline is not about being perfect. It's about creating a new habitual pattern inside your own brain. It's creating a pattern that supports your future goals. It's creating a pattern that is helping you achieve whatever it is that you're aiming for. It's about making choices that align with your path, even when it's hard. So now that we understand what self-discipline is, let's talk about how to improve it. It is like a skill. It is something you have to develop. It's not something you're simply born with or you don't have it at all. It's a skill you can develop. It's a skill you can grow, and like everything else in life, the more you practice this, the better you get at it. Look at it as a muscle. The more you train a certain muscle, the stronger and bigger it gets, right? The more you train your willpower, your self-discipline, the bigger it grows, the stronger you get in it. I want to share a few techniques with you guys that really worked for me. Number one is starting small. I've really broken down my habitual patterns to the smallest steps possible. And I did it only for one reason. I want to create as many victories as possible. So if you say, from now on, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to stop snacking, no more sugar, only meat, I go to the gym 5 days a week, I'm going to run every evening, I'm going to do yoga, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's way too much. If you're somebody that is difficulty getting out of the bed in the morning because you're a snoozer, you should not try to flip your life completely upside down overnight. You're setting yourself up for failure. Why don't you start small? I have a great example from last week. I'm in conversation with this guy and he tells me that he wants to build the habit of going to the Muay Thai gym. He wanted to be there 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday day off, Thursday, Friday. If he's not in the Muay Thai gym, he would run on the beach. Day number one, he sends me this amazing message.
I went there, it was amazing, I was on time, I did some extra stretching, the people were friendly, I thought that I was tired, but guess what, I feel more energized and the rest of the day was amazing. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Day number one, amazing. Day number two, in his bed, he was a little sore, he didn't sleep very well, all these reasons that his inner chatter was using against him, he still went to the gym. He was there, did his workout, and as soon as his workout started, he let the inner chatter win. In 15 minutes time, he went home. He quit the workout, he went back home, he started eating chocolate, he started spiraling down in his old patterns of, I need to be in bed, I need to eat unhealthy food, and I'm going to go to my job rushed, unsatisfied, stressed, and overwhelmed. He asked me, why is day one so easy and why was day two so difficult? My answer was, you made your goal too big. I'm still proud of you. I would still be your cheerleader on that day. Why? The goal was to go to the gym 4 days a week. We never spoke about the intensity, we never spoke about duration. The goal was to create a new daily pattern. If you would wake up and you would go to the Muay Thai gym and you're there and you did it for 15 minutes, maybe not ideal, maybe not what you wanted, but the goal was going to the gym and he was there. Okay, maybe something happened. Maybe you left the house a little bit late. You were on time, you weren't late. But because he was focused on all the negatives, he created from his thinking a complete negative experience of his whole morning. Therefore, he kept spiraling further and further down into his negative patterns. His inner chatter won. His inner voice pulled him back into old patterns. This is what we know. This is what we want you to do. This is where we feel safe. That he feels shit, unhappy, and unsatisfied, absolutely true. But his inner chatter won. And self-discipline means that you are pushing through even when you don't want to. But also controlling your emotion, controlling your impulses, controlling your feelings. He was there. I was still proud of him. On the Wednesday was his day off. He went for a run. On the Thursday, he went back to the gym. And I told him, if you can fulfill the full workout, if you can endure the full hour, I'm proud of you. But it is about going to the gym. And he said, because I took the pressure off, because we had this conversation, it became easier for me to push myself by just going to the gym. Now I feel more satisfied. I'm happier about myself. And it's a complete different experience. So make your goals small and be honest in your reflection. Number two is remove your temptations. Let's say you want to stop eating a certain food. Stop buying it. Make sure it's not in the house. If you want to change your nutrition, make sure that you surround yourself with people that eat healthy. Don't sit with the people that smoke if you want to quit smoking. Of course, this will not be for life, but in the beginning, the people that care about you will accept and respect this. Make sure your environment is ready for your change as well. Everybody knows if you want to change something, what is helpful and what is not helpful. Be honest to yourself and make sure that you create an environment where you can thrive, where you can make it a little bit easier for yourself. Number 3, I stole this one from Mel Robbins. I really like this one and it's called the 5-second rule. It is very simple, but very powerful once you get into the habit of doing this and you understand the process. So give yourself some time by applying this and creating a new habit. When you feel that your procrastination is kicking in, count, maybe out loud, back from 5 to 0. And at 0, you still take action. When you're at 0, you still do the thing that you were supposed to do. Don't give your inner chatter the chance to talk you out of it. So as soon as you feel that urge coming, that you have to look at that message that is coming into your phone, that you have to walk outside to do something, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and I'm still sending that email. Number 4, track your progress. Make sure that you understand where you were and where you are now. If you told yourself that you are going to work out every single morning, 5 days a week, after 30 days, after 1 month, make sure that you check, wow, I went 24 times instead of, oh, I missed 6. Self-discipline is a skill that thrives in accountability. Keep a daily tracker of your habits, of your actions, of everything you've achieved, of everything that you've overcome. Seeing your progress is the best possible motivator. Make sure that you create some sort of a journal or download my success journal, link in the description, and make sure that you track everything that you're doing right. Make sure you put your focus on the things that you're doing right. It keeps you focused and it makes your daily practice a little bit easier. Make sure every single time you see a little bit of growth, you celebrate it big. Make yourself proud of yourself. Make yourself happy. Feel satisfaction because you are moving forward. Again, if you want to go into the habit of working out every single morning and you missed 9 days in 1 month, focus on the 9 days. It was a shit month. Focus on the fact that you went from 0 workouts to 21. Amazing improvement. Be proud of the things that you do right. Celebrate them big. Setbacks, challenges, negative feelings, make them as small as possible. We're human. Talk to yourself in a way that you would talk to your best friend. If they would miss 1 workout in 1 week, would you completely roast them? Would you completely talk them into a depression? Or would you actually say, hey dude, okay, so you missed this morning. Get ready for tomorrow, man. Talk to yourself that way as well. Don't beat yourself up over the small mistakes. Make sure you accept what happened. You're gonna write down why it happened. You're gonna take away more temptation. You're gonna improve the environment for your new habit, and you're gonna try again the next day. So number 1, start small. Chunk your big goals down. Make sure you reward yourselves for the things you did well because you did go to the gym. And what you did inside the gym is the next step. So focus on the small goals. Number 2, remove all your temptations. Create a better environment for you to change your habitual patterns. And then number 3, use the 5-second rule. It's Mel Robbins, it's not me, but start using it. Number 4, track your progress. Make sure that you can make it visual for yourself that you're moving forward. Celebrate it big and make sure that your focus is on the things that you're doing right. All right, procrastination. We're all guilty of it. We've all done it. We're all still doing it. We've all had these moments where you keep postponing something that really needs to be done, and then in that last minute you end up rushing through it, making it quick, not really give it the full attention that it needed or deserved, but at least we're telling ourselves that we didn't put it off. I remember very clearly that I always told everybody that I work best under pressure. That's why I leave things. That's why I'm not jumping on top of tasks that need to be done right now. That was maybe one of the best lies I've ever told. I'm not doing this because I perform well under pressure. I do, as a matter of fact. But the reason why I postpone things is because I'm in full procrastination mode. I was dragging these dreadful emails, these silly phone calls, the connection I had to make with other people that I really didn't want to make. I was a master procrastinator. As a matter of fact, I took my procrastination so far that it actually made me more stressed. It lowered the quality of my work and it always messed up my goals. I changed this when I started doing the following. Number one, break things down into smaller steps. Like I said before, if you're creating too many aspects that you want to overcome, you're setting yourself up for failure. By breaking large tasks into smaller steps, actionable steps, that makes it less intimidating. If you have to write a report, start with the outline. If you're trying to clean your house, start with one room. If you want to pick up the habit of meditation, start with 1 minute. If you want to go to the gym, put your clothes ready every single evening for the next morning. Every single step that you take creates momentum. Start with one step, add the next step, and slowly develop a bigger change. So make your goal as small as possible to start with, and then start stacking your success aspects on top of each other. Number two is focus on progress and not perfection. One of the main reasons for, let's say, the majority of people that procrastinate is fear. Because we are afraid of not being good enough, or not delivering good enough work, or not being good enough to change a certain pattern. If you make sure that you're looking for the progress, that you're looking for the things that you are doing, for the changes that you have made already, now you're approaching the same situation from a completely different perspective, which creates a completely different experience, which creates completely different feelings and a completely different self-image. If you're capable of waking up early every day of the week and drinking that glass of water for 7 days straight, how amazing is it that you've changed that already in 1 week? That you have created a new pattern in only 7 days. You should celebrate it big, you should be proud of yourself, and you should show yourself appreciation. So try to focus on the things that you have been doing well. Aim for progress, not for perfection. And number three that really worked for me personally, and some other people that I've explained this to, is work in time blocks. Make sure that you set a time for yourself. I have this small interval computer that is set on 20 minutes. So I work for 20 minutes on one task. Then there's a 5-minute break. In those 5 minutes, I'm allowed to be on my phone, I can check my email, I can go for a drink. This technique is called the Pomodoro technique. It helps you to stay focused on one task. And because there's a little bit of pressure of only having 20 minutes, you will stay focused on that one task, and you will make sure that in those 5 minutes, you will send all your Facebook likes. But for 20 minutes, you're focused on the thing that you need to be focused on. So in order for you to develop the skill of self-discipline, I hope that all these tips have helped you, but make sure for yourself that you're making it as small as possible. Start very simple. Make sure you have that first win. Make sure you have your first victory. Celebrate everything that you've changed big. And make sure that if you miss out on one or you snooze tomorrow morning, that you make it small. Okay, I'm human. Okay, I made a mistake. But you know what? Tomorrow I'll do this. Reflect on what you have been doing. Reflect on what goes wrong. Create the best possible environment. And make sure that you stay focused on your long-term goals. Instant gratification means I want something now, therefore I'm doing it. But if you want something now, most of the time, if you start doing this, you're giving up on your long-term goal. Make sure that every single decision that you make is a contribution to your healthier or happier self. That every single time that you make a decision of staying in bed or getting out of your bed, what is the contribution to my long-term goal? Make sure you allow yourself for some space for your little setbacks. But make sure that with self-discipline that you are going to develop in your habitual pattern, that you keep moving forward. Track it, focus on your progress, focus on all the good things, and let's talk in a few weeks about how you feel. Guys, thank you so much for being here. There's always homework in the description as well, not just the success journal. Please share this video with at least one person. It will only take 5 seconds out of your day, and it will help me a lot. Thank you so much for being here and spending time with me, guys. Be amazing. Stay focused on what it is that you want. Go get it.